Hi guys, it's Adria. So today I wanted to make... Did anybody else hear that or was that in my mind? Okay, so today I wanted to make a video about body positivity. This is something that really means a lot to me and I feel like really should be talked about. I don't think it really matters how big, how small you are, how old you are, what you look like. I think everybody thinks about their body, thinks about their health. First thing I really wanted to talk about is the thigh gap. A lot of people, especially it's like young teenage girls, want what is called a thigh gap, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically when you put your feet together and your thighs don't touch. I read somewhere that a thigh gap is actually how wide your hips are. So you could be like the skinniest person and not have a thigh gap if your hips are smaller. So I would just like to show you how easy it is to have a thigh gap even when you don't. So let me just change positions here, alright? Alright, so here are my legs standing up with my feet together. It's like a slight little gap, but if I lean back, they kind of touch more at the top. But this is a trick that people use to create a thigh gap in photos, okay? They will lean themselves forward like this, their feet still together, and look at that. Look how much wider that makes that. So you go from that to that. I'll even do it from far away so you can see exactly how I'm standing, okay? So here I am standing up straight, my head's cut off, but they just lean forward ever so slightly like this. Yep. So my point here really is what you see isn't always reality. So if you see a picture of a girl with a thigh gap, it might not necessarily be what you think. I mean, there was even a picture on Beyonce's Instagram where she photoshopped herself to have one. I mean, it's like, come on. Beyonce, like when you think of top pop culture beautiful women, probably one of the first people you think of is Beyonce. Like everybody's just like, girl, you are flawless. Like, what are you photoshopping yourself for? So I think it's really quite sad that society has made this a trend and that it's even talked about. Like, why is this even a thing? I mean, yeah, my legs don't touch all the way all the time, but I mean, it's like not everybody's the same. Everybody's different. You know, there are girls with hips that are wider so their legs just don't touch. There are girls with smaller hips and even if they're a healthy weight, their thighs will touch. Like, it's not a matter of who's more attractive, who's more healthy, who's this, who's that. It's just a matter of body type, really. And I could not imagine being a young teenager today and growing up with the social media that there is. I mean, I feel like it's just detrimental to your self-esteem and your self-worth and how you view yourself. I mean, I can't imagine having Instagram as like a 12, 13-year-old. Like, to me, that just seems like I would just hate myself. It seems like I would like have zero self-esteem because I would just see what you see on Instagram. You know, you see skinny girls in their underwear, just like stick thin. You know, if you have a nice body, good for you, but for somebody that struggles with their weight, if they see that, that might be triggering to them. And you know, I just feel like it's such a toxic thing for young people to be looking at this and comparing themselves. My real point of this video is that you should live the life that you want. You know, if you want to get Chick-fil-A every now and again, that's fine. If you want to buy that pack of Oreos, that's fine. If you want to eat a salad for dinner every few days, that's fine too. Like, you know, like people see pictures of me and my body and they ask me like what I do to stay fit. I mean, and I have days where I eat more healthy. I have days where I don't eat healthy at all. There was a day I literally had a donut for breakfast and I literally had a Chick-fil-A milkshake later that night. That's not healthy at all. But you should be conscious of your weight. You should be conscious of your health. You shouldn't overindulge to the point where you make yourself sick. But at the same time, you can't make yourself sick with trying to be healthy. You know, if all you're doing is like eating very little and exercising and weighing yourself constantly, you're gonna drive yourself mad. And that's really the point I'm trying to make here. Even I have gone through periods of time where I just like, I don't want to eat junk food at all. All I want to do is exercise and eat healthy and get in shape and have abs and look my best. And then It's just like, that's exhausting. It's really exhausting, and life is so short. It's like, you know, you don't know how much time you have on earth, so it's like you might as well do the things you enjoy, eat what you enjoy, but do it all in moderation. Everything is okay in moderation. You know, there are people that won't touch junk food at all, but it's like, what if it's like your sister's birthday and she has a birthday cake, and it's like, are you just gonna sit there and not eat it? Like, for real, girl? You can't let your health control you, good or bad. You can't, you know, push yourself to extremes to lose weight, and you can't drive yourself crazy with eating junk food at the same time. You know, you need a healthy balance. You know, I have a pack of Oreos in my kitchen right now, and Swiss rolls, and popsicles. Well, popsicles aren't really that unhealthy, but, you know, I go through different times where it's like, hey, I want to eat a salad today, or hey, I want to eat Burger King today. You should just eat what you want to eat. And your weight is really just a number. And this is something that I've struggled with myself, because I've always been skinnier, I've always been smaller, and I feel like this is something a lot of skinny people can relate to. When you put on like 5 or plus pounds, you know, it really seems significant to you. It really seems drastic. Like, when you're tiny and then you put on 5 pounds, it's like 5 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but, you know, you look different and you feel different, and you're like, oh wow, like, I'm gaining weight. I've always been known as the skinny one, the tiny one. You know, I'm skinny, but I'm not gonna stop living my life just so I can be known as the skinny one, and I'm not gonna give up Oreos. I love Oreos. What do you want from me? So images of girls with their ribs showing and their hip bones showing and their thigh gaps and everything, like that's, if you have all that stuff, good for you, girl, but if you don't, you're beautiful. And that's really what I want you to know if you're watching this. If you're a young girl, you're probably insecure. If you're around 12, 13, 14, chances are you're insecure, because you're going through a phase of your life where your body's changing and you just feel really insecure about yourself. And to see things like that on Tumblr, it's not okay. And chances are people that are posting stuff like that have an eating disorder or some kind of psychological disorder, because there's people that do look like that don't post those things. So the fact that they're posting that, they're insecure as well. An eating disorder is a psychological problem, and if you do have one, I suggest that you find help for yourself, because that's not okay. And photos where girls are stick thin is not something you should aspire to. You know, I lost a significant amount of weight in my 7th grade year. I didn't have an eating disorder, but it was just because of stress. I was eating less. Some of you may know this already, but for those of you who don't know, like, I was 12, 13, and I only weighed about 65 pounds, which is pretty small, and I could have died. If I had continued with that, I would have died, and that's just reality. And if all you do is eat junk food, you can die from that as well. I just think your life should be more than just a diet, and your life should be more than just junk food. Your life should be a healthy balance of all of that. It's like if you get a new video game and you've been waiting for this video game for so long, but all you do is play that video game for the rest of your life, you're gonna miss out on other video games. You're gonna miss out on video games you used to enjoy. You just need to enjoy everything in life in moderation and learn that everybody is shaped differently, everybody has different genetics, everybody is gonna carry their weight differently. There might be girls that weigh more than me that look skinnier than me because maybe they're taller, maybe they're built differently than me, maybe they just carry their weight differently. I don't know. That's just life. And you know, if you have a healthy, functioning body, that should be enough for you. I saw a girl the other day that was completely bald, probably from chemotherapy, most likely chemotherapy, and she had like a huge like scar on her head where like they had done surgery, and it's just like, I am so blessed to have the health that I do. I'm blessed, and if you are blessed with good health, you know, take care of yourself, but don't work out 50 times a day, don't only eat a banana the entire day, you know, and don't eat an entire pack of Oreos in one sitting unless you're me on my period, but that's a different story. Maybe this video doesn't make any sense, I don't know, but really what I'm just trying to promote is to just love yourself and don't don't deprive yourself of stuff you like, but also take care of yourself at the same time. You know, there are a lot of healthy options that I've found that are actually delicious. You know, I love salad, I love fruit, but at the same time, Swiss rolls might actually be the death of me, okay? Even if I was at my healthiest point in my life, even if I like cut out junk food altogether and was just super fit and disciplined, it's like, how happy could I actually be? Because there's just such joy in the center of a Swiss roll that just cannot be found anywhere else. I'm so crazy. But you guys get what I mean. I'm not saying to pig out and eat junk food all the time, and I'm not saying that you should work out 1,000,000 hours in a week. You should just eat what you're feeling, girl. Just do what you're feeling. And don't let images on the internet make you feel like you have to look a certain way. Just love yourself. Just love yourself, and if you see a picture of a girl that's skinnier than you, that's her. I'm me. That's it. That's it. There's always gonna be someone skinnier than you. There's always gonna be someone more in shape than you. There's always gonna be someone taller than you. Always gonna be somebody with prettier eyes than you. I don't know. You know, there's always gonna be somebody else. There's always gonna be someone else. There's always gonna be another person around you, girl. Just focus on yourself and just do what makes you happy. Screw the thigh gap. Screw that. Who needs that? Like, that's stupid. That is literally stupid that is a thing that people are trying to attain these days. And if you naturally have a thigh gap, like, good for you, girl. But at the same time, it's like, you know, people are like starving themselves trying to have that. So I don't know, I'm crazy, but I just wanted to make a video about body positivity because I really feel like that's important. I know a lot of my viewers are young girls, so I really wanted to get this out there that, you know, I'm skinny, but I don't deprive myself of ice cream and Chick-fil-A. I just balance it out, you know. I'll eat healthy one day and then maybe the next day I won't. You know, just live your life, girl. You know, it could all be over in the blink of an eye. You don't want to spend your last days munching on a carrot, starving to death. So, thank you guys so much for watching. All of my links for social media are down below, and I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs. I love you guys. Bye! Can see me. If you have a hot is there a song about food? No, like, for real, is there a song about food? I am literally gonna write a song about Oreos. Like, legit. No, but for real, there needs to be a there needs to be a food song, girl.